and welcome to News Channel 8. I'm Jerome Aegean, and in tonight's top stories, there was a rash of crimes over the weekend on St. Thomas, including 2 homicides. News Channel 8's Lee Carl investigates.
The police are investigating a double homicide in the area of Mandel. It's called Mandel Bay, in an old abandoned restaurant in that area. Police have identified one of the victims as John Deal, spelled D-I-E-H-L, of Mandel. The other victim, a black man in his late 20s, but they don't have that information on his identity at this point. Now, according to the information we received, record number of incoming calls to emergency, someone reported hearing shots fired from Mandel. As a matter of fact, I was at the Mandel market, and a lady came in and said on her cell phone she had talked to her father, who lives above this area, and heard the shots, which appeared to be automatic weapon fire. While the police were en route to investigate the report, they received information that Deal was being taken to the Snyder Hospital by private vehicle, where he was treated, but he did not survive. He suffered from gunshot wounds to his head and chest, was pronounced dead Sunday at the Snyder Regional Hospital. While police reached Mandel, they learned that there was another victim. They discovered that second man's body in the bushes next to Mandel Bay, the Mandel Bay Road. Police and forensic investigators, major crimes, St. Thomas Rescue, Planning and Natural Resources, Superior Court Marshals responded to the call, and police scoured the area looking for suspects. We understand they did take someone in, but did not arrest him at this time. Now, according to the information we received, they're looking for a dark blue compact car, possibly a Toyota, with tinted windows that may have been in the area, whose occupants may have more information about the homicide. But Sunday's 2 homicides, the 6th and 7th in the territory, and the 3rd and 4th in St. Thomas. Now, the information we were receiving, although the police did not confirm this, was that Deal and his companion were backing a truck into the area near the old abandoned Mandel restaurant, when apparently another vehicle pulled up and began firing shots. That is the information we have so far. No details on what caused it, retaliation, drugs, whatever. At this point, police are investigating and looking for more information on this incident. Meantime, there were 5 armed robberies over the weekend. Police were unable to provide a lot of information, but according to the blotter, on Friday, a first-degree robbery reported over in St. Croix at JFK Housing Community. On Friday, also, a gunman was robbed here in St. Thomas at gunpoint at Griffith Ballpark on Veterans Drive. On Friday, a man reported he was robbed at Anna's Retreat in St. Thomas. And on Saturday, someone reported hearing shots fired in the area of Brookman Road on St. Thomas. And that item was classified as a first-degree robbery. And at 9:02 on Saturday, a man reported 2 men with a gun came to rob him at Easy Market in Hospital Grounds. Now, the incidents of the gunshots were heard in Kerwin Terrace, a loud volley of what appeared to be automatic weapons. Similarly, out of the Bavoni area, down near here near Chai Yard, or what's called Glass Bottle Alley. And because of that, the police chief on a recent press conference made it clear that they were attempting to confiscate as many weapons as possible to get them off the street. He showed some of those weapons, and one of the weapons was the weapon, use this very cautiously here, weapon of choice of criminals, and that is the AK-47. It is a rifle, an assault rifle, manufactured by Mikhail Kalashnikov, a Russian assault weapon, which has a smaller millimeter shell, but travels at a greater distance and does more damage. That is the information we received from Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms. In St. Thomas, Lee Carl for News Channel 8.
Meanwhile, on St. Thomas, Police Chief Rodney Carrard discusses cleaning up the island, getting guns off the streets, and many other subjects at a recent press conference.
Good morning. First of all, mentioning about the town meetings, we actually have one in St. Thomas also this evening. It'll be in the library of the high school in the East End. We're going to be meeting with the community members there, along with the ongoing with Wasim Dominique and so forth, reference to the different complaints that we have, and so we hope we can resolve some issues this evening. I think Chief Benton more or less covered the majority of the stuff I want to touch on, but let me just add some more stuff here. First of all, again, The police department is only a certain handful of people. The community, there's a lot more members in the community than in the police department. And you all are our eyes and ears. That's the bottom line. And without your support, the police department cannot do what we would like to do on a daily basis. One thing I have to say, till up to yesterday evening before I left the office, I got a call from a concerned citizen with some good information relative to a case that occurred a while back, which was a serious case, a first-degree assault, and I'm definitely, we're pushing forward with that information. So people are calling. People are calling. We would like to get more calls, and if you don't necessarily want to call and you feel like your phone might be tapped or tracked or whatever, you can call Crime Stoppers. The number for Crime Stoppers is 1-800-222-8477. That is a service where you call. It's not even here locally, it's stateside. They take information, they don't ask you your name, there's no way of tracking your number back. They give you a particular number, and that is your ID number. Instead of your name being John Doe, you're 1234. So there's no way of actually tracking it back, and you can get up to $2,500 for the information just for that. Now, we also have ways where you can get $10,000 and possibly more for reference directly to homicides, and we can work that out also. But Crime Stoppers is working. I'm getting information from them on a daily basis, practically, and we are following up each and every lead that we get from them. Initiatives. As you can see in front of us here, these are 10 of the weapons that we took off. Well, this is 9. We have one, it's still in evidence, of guns that we took off the street from January 1st till up to today. Some of these, all of these guns are dangerous. But this one here, particularly on the left-hand side, that is the most dangerous of all of them here. That round travels a lot longer distance than any of the other handguns that you see here. That is an extremely dangerous weapon. I'm happy that we got off the street. And actually, you can see one of the rounds ammunition right in front of that revolver. That actually goes with that particular weapon. It's a very extremely dangerous weapon. And that is what we, as a community and law enforcement, is facing out here on a daily basis. Again, anyone with information relative to any guns, please call it in. Try and give us specifics as to when, where, who, and so forth. Where they ditched it, where they got it hidden, if they put it in a car, trunk, whatever. We need that information. And I'll go a step further. I will say, even if it takes us obtaining that gun that we can't make an arrest, at least that's one less gun that we have to face as a community. So I just want to make sure we know that. We have some other initiatives going on where, as you all know, last year we cleaned up the area of Jayard, the Tutu basketball court, Friednahoy, I think the year before that. And as recently as yesterday, we cleaned out the area directly adjacent to the area known as Simmons Alley, the one-way street that goes down toward Labor. If you drive down that area, you're going to notice to your left that whole area is cut out. We started to get complaints of people hanging out in that area doing illegal acts. A matter of fact, the commissioner was one of the persons who actually saw someone going down the area. So, you know, it was starting to brew, so we went ahead and we nipped it in the bud. We have more areas on the island that we would like to do the same too. And if anyone out there has a particular area that they know there's a lot of illegal activity going on, and call us and we'll look at that area and put it on our agenda. So I'm asking to do that also. The road construction in Long Bay. I know my Sergeant Jarvis, Commissioner Smalls has been on the media and so forth. Again, we knew from the beginning that it would cause some havoc in that area, especially in the mornings and afternoons. We are still tweaking that. I think the latest change that we made a couple of days ago is working a lot better. The traffic is flowing. I drove through there this morning, and traffic was flowing a lot more smoothly than it was in the past week or two. So again, we are still tweaking it. Another change might come down the road, but we're tweaking it as we go, and we're trying to get the best bang for our buck when it comes to traffic control in that area. We understand that people need to get to work in the morning and they want to get home at a decent time in the afternoon. So just please leave your house a few minutes earlier. I mean, if you're used to taking 10 minutes, just leave an extra 10 minutes earlier.
Stay with us on News Channel 8. We have more news after the break.